What's up, everybody? Celtic Scarecrow here, back with our video. Get those 10s and 20 views. I'm actually recording this during the Eagles-Niners game. Unfortunately, Brock Purdy got hurt, therefore the Eagles took advantage and are kicking the crap out of him. I didn't make a Saturday video, so I just relax, chill, mellow. But no, Tuesday is our standard day. There always will be a Tuesday video. I need to lower my camera. Okay. I do a lot of hand ninja motions. But Saturday was also the Royal Rumble. Very entertaining, very entertaining. So I figured why not capitalize on that by doing a reaction to the top 10 worst Royal Rumble matches as of the recording of this from the people of Parts Unknown. This came out 9 hours ago, so this should be a relatively newer list. So we're gonna throw on the headphones. Trying to look at ever since I reset my computer, my mic has not been as good as it should be. But hopefully this works. If not, I'll fix it in editing. Take away the men of Parts Unknown. I know it's a man because I already heard his voice. Start the video.
Rumble was last night, and as this video is being recorded before that happens, let me just cover my bases here. Take one. Hey, those two people won. That's a bit predictable, but they definitely both deserve title matches at WrestleMania. Good for them. Take two. Oh man, those people won. They don't even really work here anymore. I'm gonna poo in a box and post it to myself to remind me to never dream.
I do believe, like I said, I didn't fully watch it. I saw the end of the men's Royal Rumble. I know Cody won. And I want to say Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley won.
Take three. Wasn't expecting Rhea Ripley to win both Royal Rumbles before having full sex with Dominic Mysterio in the ring in front of everyone, and no one was allowed to leave, and it took ages. But hey, at least it's a surprise.
I think she won no to the other part because she is currently, I believe, happily dating Buddy Matthews from AEW.
There we go. Every potential
Buddy Murphy, whatever the hell is going by.
Possibility done. Now let's finish off our Royal Rumble coverage for the year by reminding you all that no matter how last night went, it could have gone worse. I'm Adam Hailing from Parts Unknown, and here are our 10 worst Royal Rumble matches ever.
So far.
Honorable mention, anything before 1992. I mean, first of all, 1990 wasn't bad. It had the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan moment. That's pretty cool. And to be honest, like, you could throw in the first one in 88, 1989, 1991. They could all go on this list because they're all a bit dull. They hadn't fully figured out the format. Hell, the Rumble match wasn't even for a shot at the title at WrestleMania until 1993. Pointing at old Rumbles and saying bad cause old doesn't really feel fair or interesting.
Yeah, at first they didn't even like the idea of the Rumble, but
and there are equally bad Rumbles who are recent enough to also know better. Like number 10, 2011, also known as the one with 40 people in it. It was an experiment. Did the experiment work? It did, and that's why every Royal Rumble since has had 40 people in it. God, imagine if that timeline was real. Makes you realize we can always go darker. However, it's not the
if I ruled over WWE that I'm putting together, I am increasing the Rumble size. At least for the men.
Worst Rumble ever. It has some nice moments. The Nexus stuff in the first half is fun. Diesel and Booker T have fun returns. The accidental Alex Riley elimination is unintentionally hilarious. The Santino fake out really pops the crowd. It's just way too long. All the extra mid-carders they stuff in there to pad it out to 40 people just makes the high spots fewer and further apart, leading to some moments where the Royal Rumble is boring. And that's one thing the Rumble should never be. One thing the tried and true format is almost designed to avoid. And that's what happens if you try and reinvent the wheel by gluing a smaller wheel onto it. Number 9, 2019 men's. What the hell happened in this Rumble? It was 4 years ago, and I can't remember anything from it other than, I believe, was Jeff Jarrett was in it, right? Kurt Angle turned up for literally 3 minutes. People took turns killing Nia Jax.
She returned. Don't know why, but she returned.
And Seth won. I mean, I can't remember any other spots than that. What a strange, featureless Rumble, and absolutely the wrong match to main event the show, considering that the women's match, which wasn't that much better as a whole, at least got that humongous pop for Becky, finally getting the Daniel Bryan treatment that Daniel Bryan never got. As a whole, it seemed like the gimmick for both Rumbles was have a lot of NXT people in them, and while that's nice in theory and pretty much set the tone for 2019 as a year, it's just a bunch more people who are never actually gonna win the thing. I literally don't have anything more to say about it. Plus, before he won, they gave Seth a 15-minute rest on the outside by having Lashley attack him, and that angle is almost always a bag of knobs. Number 8, 1996. This is...
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Oh no, he's hurt. He's not coming out. Like, Rey Mysterio never came out. I don't know why someone just didn't claim his spot. That's one thing I don't get. It's like, oh, his spot belongs to Bray. Bray doesn't show up. It's just, no, I'm taking the spot. There's supposed to be 30 men in. 30 men didn't enter.
This is a nothing.
Or you can use a female wrestler and just be like, well, since Ray's out here, I'm taking it.
Match. If 2019 is offensively bland, this is blandly offensive. 95 and 96 were WWE's worst business years in
That guy, like where they got the idea for the Minions from right there. Look at him. Yellow shirt, overalls.
company history, and you can tell it from the roster. Here's a list that's cheerfully titled, What the F*** Are You Doing Here? Doug Gilbert, Aldo Montoya, Squat Teamer 1, Squat Teamer 2, Takeo Omori, Karma, Hakushi, Barry Horowitz. Rough stuff there. Supremely dull in lots of places. It's also got one of the biggest
I missed so badly.
continuity breaks in Rumble history. Vader is eliminated, then comes in and eliminates a bunch of people, including eventual winner Shawn Michaels, both feet touching the floor the whole 9 yards. In every other Rumble that's ever been, that's classed as heel shenanigans, sure, but the elimination stands. In this case, everyone that Vader eliminated gets to go back into the ring and carry on.
Lame. Yeah, it's deserved to be on this list then.
Sure. Absolutely not the way the Royal Rumble has ever worked since. Also sure.
$200.
Oh, random ad. Random ad over.
7. The greatest Royal Rumble. Tempest says it counts as a Royal Rumble, so my hands are tied. And speaking of that,
It has the words Royal Rumble in it, so yeah.
Saudi Arabia looked at the 40-man Royal Rumble and said, hold my golden cup of journalist blood. 50 fucking people they put into this sellout bullshit Rumble, including all the tag teams they could find. Mike Kanellis, who they flew halfway around the world to be in the match for 3 literal seconds. Then you've got the who the hell are theys like Dan Mather, Hiroki Sumi, and Babatunde at the time. It's got some standout moments. Yes, Titus World Slide was an instant meme.
Oh, I feel so bad for him. I kind of wish he just kept going to the other side and came up like it was planned.
Maybe the only fun moment at work that Michael Cole's ever fucking had. Shane's table bump was ludicrous, and Daniel Bryan lost the entire match, which is insane, considering he came out of medically enforced retirement 1 month earlier. It's so long. It is too long. And the good bits are buried under a crushing mass of Connors, Victors, and the all-pervading stink of something being rotten in Denmark. Number 6, 2022 men's.
Yeah, anything in Saudi Arabia, more or less, is probably not going to be great because rules, restrictions, and all the other fun stuff they have over there.
Oh, for fuck this match. There are 2 things in the 2022 Royal Rumble that actually feel like Royal Rumble, air quotes, moments, close air quotes. Johnny Knoxville shows up. That's fun. I also remember the year 2000. I especially liked it when AJ thought, I'm not pulling my punches for the jackass guy, and almost bloody killed him. Bad Bunny.
Well, I don't blame AJ there.
He then showed up, which was less fun because he appeared at the previous Rumble. Between Knoxville and Bad Bunny's arrivals, there are 18 entrants, over a half a fucking hour, and nothing happens except Omos, and that was pretty shit. It's absolutely maddening. People come, people go with all the urgency and character arc of an orange sat on a bin. Remember when gassed up Mickey Mouse eliminated AJ Styles? Remember when Brock Lesnar won the whole thing just 2.5 minutes after entering? Remember when Shane McMahon came fucking third? Honestly, by the time that Big E, the man who was WWE champion just 29 days earlier, is eliminated after 6 minutes, and after having eliminated no one, the match cements itself as being a broken, joyless mess.
Yeah, the Rumble should help get soon to be upper tier guys over the top, either with like great, like, oh, he eliminated Lesnar, oh, he eliminated Orton. It's like you can look good and get kicked out of the Rumble.
Number 5, 2014. Call me a fusty old stick in the mud, a so-called city father who clucks my tongue,
Is that something like British idioms there? Because I don't understand half of
strokes
them.
my beard and asks what is to be done with this Homer Simpson. But I don't think anyone should win the Royal Rumble more than once. Not Stone Cold, not Hulk Hogan, not John Cena, not even The Rock, and especially not Skinny Jeans Batista. 80% of this Rumble is actually not terrible.
I have no issue with a multiple-time Rumble winner, but spaced out. Like, if you win 2014, you can't win until like 2020.
In fact, most of it is pretty good. But even with the best and sexiest will in the world, you couldn't call a match that ends in a 5-minute long boo good. Everyone knew it was supposed to be Daniel Bryan's WrestleMania, no matter how many galaxies Dave was guardian of. And when Rey Mysterio came out at number 30, thereby sealing that Daniel Bryan would not even be in this Rumble and would not therefore be in the WrestleMania main event because there was only one world title at the time, the fans turned on this match and turned on it hard. So much so that Man of the People Dave Batista told the people to go Drax himself after the cameras stopped rolling. And also Punk's underwhelming Iron Man performance was his last in WWE. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it's kind of like this year. Everybody wanted Sami in the Rumble, so Sami Zayn could win it with all the bloodline stuff going on. And he wasn't in it.
What's happened to him since? Real shame that the match breaks right at the end, because the JBL stuff, Rusev stuff, and Roman Reigns stuff, it's all good. Oh well. Number 4, 1993. Most of the Royal Rumble matches that made it to this top 5 have one glaring flaw, something that breaks the match entirely and reduces the whole thing to a disaster. The 1993 Rumble doesn't really have one of those. It's just fucking boring. Also, the wrong winner doesn't always sink a Rumble, but bloody hell, WWE, you passed over Randy Savage versus Bret Hart in the main event of WrestleMania to promote the guy who could barely move. Everything that isn't endlessly dull in this match is outright bad. Giant Gonzalez stuff is bad.
God, he was just bad. Like, he was literally just tall. Unathletic, no personality, just tall.
Honestly, this would be the point where I list 3 bad things because comedy comes in threes, but nothing else happens. They bring out Macho Man at number 30. Vince thought he was too old by this point and wanted to move him to commentary. Taker is taken out by the immovable porn yeti after a few minutes, which means that the only other major plausible name in the lion's share of the match is Ric Flair, who disappears after 20 minutes in. It is such a fucking slog. At least 40-year-old Bob Backlund's in the ring for an hour. Why not?
An ad on mute. Yeah, I found I'm actually rewatching WWE from like the beginning, and they keep bringing up like Bob Backlund is 43 years old. I'm like, all right, it's 2023. Brock, like, you have how many 50-year-olds still wrestling that's considered like top tier athlete? Like, like 43 is like nothing nowadays.
Number 3, 1999. Vince Russo's whole gimmick is ruining wrestling matches to tell stories. This is what he does. And honestly, sometimes that's fine. Hell, his masterpiece, the 1998 Survivor Series, is a bunch of terrible wrestling matches that all congeal into one super engaging story. Sometimes it works. At Royal Rumble 99, it does not. The story of the match is that eternal best frenemies, Austin and Vince, are numbers 1 and 2. Vince lures Austin backstage. Austin is murdered in the toilet. Vince's top star is hospitalized and can't win the Rumble. Some unclear steps. Profit. Austin then steals an ambulance, comes back, but thanks to The Rock, Vince still wins. Like, all that vaguely works. It makes sense, and clearly Vince liked it so much he did almost the exact same thing in 2016 with Roman Reigns. But
yeah, WWE has a bad habit of repeating of either good ideas that worked for them in the past or just hijacking the competition. There was a point in time where I honestly believe that TNA was better than WWE, and it'd be like, oh, you're doing this really cool match. Turn it over to Raw. This was the TNA match.
It ruins the Rumble match. Barely anything else of note happens because the focus is never the actual wrestling itself. The ring is just stuffed with endless mid-carders farting around doing little else or eliminating themselves if you're Kane. All just spinning plates until Austin returns. All while commentary tend to ignore the match and just ask, hey, where's Austin? What's happening with the Austin? Vince, what's the deal? When's Stone Cold coming back? An ambitious experiment, but one that creates a disjointed, dull, and often incredibly boring Rumble. Number 2, 1995. Man, Shawn Michaels has won some shit Royal Rumbles. Talk about preferring to rule in hell than serve in heaven. Only in this case, hell is really poorly organized and full of people you don't recognize.
This is the kickoff of the Attitude Era, too.
In the 1996 entry, we talked about the roster crisis that WWE was going through in the mid-90s, all the gassed-up giants of the Hulkamania era abandoning ship for WCW or old age, or both. There
More or less money in.
were almost no stars in the 1995 Rumble, so they thought, sod it, let's just get it over with as quickly as possible, reducing the time between entries to 1 minute. Whatever happened next somehow
Yet, they control how long it really is. It's never as long as they say it is.
managed to be both rushed and boring, as no names, Stephen Dunn and Timothy Well, crap gimmicks like Mantor, Aldo Montoya and the Godwins, and notable racists like the Blue Brothers and Dick Murdoch all swarmed the ring way too quickly to organize any meaningful spots and too unimportant to build any actual interest. It is an outrageously bad Royal Rumble. So often the Rumble is an indication of WWE's health and prospects going into the calendar year. So it is in 1995 when the company nearly died. And number 1.
This year's Rumble, it was like I didn't get to watch the women's, so we can't really judge that one. But the men's was more or less boring. So
On
one or two cool spots, but more or less boring.
2015. When the Royal Rumble comes around, it's always an exciting time. It's the most creatively fertile match of the year, chance for the company to pay off or advance multiple storylines, some dating back years, as well as spotlighting exciting up-and-coming talent. For me, though, the Rumble season comes with a curse, in that at some point, I will have to talk about the 2015 Royal Rumble for my job, and I hate doing that. Not only is it a crisis point between fans and WWE, an all-time low moment of morale when it's made crystal clear that the amount of support fans give their favorite wrestler amounts to both jack and shit, but it's also a really badly put together match. Even taking out the whole early elimination of Daniel Bryan poisoning the rest of the Rumble, it's still
Could be like the Rumble that really kind of made AEW a thought process. Granted, yeah, this is like 3-4 years before that, but how many wrestlers, like just pausing this photo, where I'm at, in AEW, AEW/ROH, in AEW. I think this is Rusev, and if so, he's in AEW.
a tone-deaf load of old bollocks.
Bang, in AEW, called it. It's like, outside of, Ryback, and I think this is Wade Barrett here. Bigger and better things are coming their way.
Not only does Golden Boy Roman spend most of the match stuck in a corner until the end, not only does he need help from his famous cousin to win the thing, but all the hot young talent that fans were still behind, Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, all were immediately killed by Big Show and Kane. Two outdated henchmen slowly and artlessly eliminating current stars, all to prop up the unwanted coronation of the new John Cena, Roman Reigns, a miscast reboot of an outdated booking strategy. Honestly, the last 15 minutes of the 2015 Royal Rumble are, from the perspective of wrestling as populist entertainment, some of the worst minutes in wrestling history. Looking forward to finding new words to describe this match next year. Good-o.
Yeah, that era of really, really, really trying to push Roman Reigns was just bad. It's like, and like I could do pretty much an entire video of how Roman Reigns is basically Rock 2.0. Damn it, my headphones fell and I tried to pick them up, but they slid farther. I'll get them in a bit. Rock 2.0. Played college football in the ACC. Let's give one. They're part of the same giant wrestling family. Both played football in the ACC. Both really want to be a NFL superstar. Got into wrestling. Granted, Roman had a little more success with the Shield, but then both were severely pushed as a baby face that nobody wanted. Eventually, both had turned heel in a faction to just get over. It's like, what are we waiting for? Just change Roman Reigns' name to The Roman. And pretty much it. That's it. That is Parts Fun Known 10 worst Rumble matches. I more or less agree. That's kind of a good indicator. That's it. That's all I have. I'll see you weird people later.